Well, greetings, Superbike and motorcycle racing enjoyers, and I'm at this year's Canadian Superbike race at, well, yep, you guessed it, Atlantic Motorsport Park. Where else? Yeah, this track has not changed a lot. Because, well, Atlantic Motorsport Park is unique for it being a volunteer-run racetrack, and it's the only racetrack in North America that's volunteer run, which is interesting. So first up is the Kawasaki Ninja Cup, or more precisely, the Kawasaki Ninja ZX-4R Cup. Yeah, I know, the full title is really long. I can't pronounce the first sponsor, Philibis or Philibis, I can't pronounce it, but it's the Ninja Cup. It's gonna call it the ZX-4R Cup. It's the Superbike equivalent of the Mazda Miata Cup. Alrighty, here we go. It's not a long race. Well, I didn't want to be here for the warm-up sessions, but I did want to see this race though, since it is part of the Superbike ladder. Yeah, here they go. See, Philibis Importations Ninja Cup. Yeah, again, I cannot pronounce it. Alright, let's see Yeah. Because it's a road course, there's not a lot of viewing area like an oval. Yeah. With tracks like Riverside, Scotia Speed World, you can view the entire race, but here it's a road course and there's not a lot you can see. Yeah, I might stop filming a bit so I could actually photograph. Here they come. Yeah, you get a better viewing angle with this shot. So far so good. Let's see. Yeah, that's an intense battle for the lead going on. quite a bit. Yeah, as I was saying, this race will be over by the time the red flag at Monaco ends. Yeah, the Monaco race is currently red flagged. Jeez. Here we go. Uh-oh. Looks like someone has trouble. Go. Yeah, there does seem to be a 4-cylinder bike. That's the odd one out. See that? Yeah, it's not Legends car racing or, wow, late model racing, but it's still pretty exciting to watch. But I can assure you that this is basically just an appetizer course. This is just an appetizer course for what is essentially the main event. In fact, this event has like 7 races in total, but the main race is Pro Superbikes. Yeah, these bikes are supposed to be 2-stroke, but I do hear one 4-cylinder bike. Must be an older model. I'll have to do some research there. Neck and neck. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is the hilltop. Yeah, the downhill section of the road course itself. Yeah. It's better maintained than I would expect. Yeah, I guess those funds do come in hand. Yeah, I guess they do come in handy when you got people funding for the track's future. Yeah, there's the oddball 4-cylinder. Yeah, I have no idea why there's a 4-cylinder bike. A bunch of Kawasaki Ninja ZX-4Rs. Yeah, it's the final lap. Yeah, they waved the flag. Yeah! And a clap. Yeah, it is a pretty short race, but what do you expect? It's just an appetizer to the main course. So yeah, for my first time experiencing the Kawasaki Ninja ZX-4R Cup, it's actually pretty good. Of course, it's nothing like the Superbike race. Nothing like the main show. Yay! But I still think it's serviceable for the first race. See if the winner has the checkered flag. Want to see if he gets the checkered flag. Yeah. It's a shame that we don't have the Harley Davidson Cup anymore. We used to have like support classes for oddball bikes like Harley Davidson, but this is still pretty good though, although I kind of miss the Harleys. There he is. Yay! That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Well, in my opinion, the Kawasaki Ninja ZX-4R Cup is an 8 out of 10. Well, at least this year's edition of it. Never saw it last year because it was at the Honda New Toronto, but for the first race, it's serviceable. Oh, there's another guy with a checkered flag. Yeah, it's serviceable, but there's more to come because we got other classes, so stick around. Yep, they do have food carts there, or food trucks. Yeah, it was a food truck, not a food carts. Same thing except much bigger and on wheels. So yeah, I got the regular size hot dog. Hopefully it's just as good as the jumbo one that they have. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I usually have sandwiches whenever I stop here, but this time I actually got food from one of the food trucks. Yeah, definitely 9 out of 10 in my opinion. So yeah, on to Supersport races and the Twins Cup. Hey, it's me from the future, and I want to do a post-edit thing. Yep, that's right. I found out that the Twins Cup runs alongside the Kawasaki Ninja ZX-4R Cup. Yep, it's actually 2 races in one, hence why they have different checkered flags. So I thought at first it was ZX4R and ZX4RRs, but it's actually the Twins Cup. So it's a multi-class race. I've never seen this in any other form of motorsport. Imagine seeing the MX5 Cup run alongside the TCR Cup or Super Production Challenge. But anyways, on to the Lightweight Sportbike class.
Lachlan Alexander with the lead.
Last but not least, in the
over Corey Canfield, now out of turn
Amateur Divisions series, we have the Lightweight Sportbikes.
Electing to be the workhorse here through turn 4, taking the lead, now through 5, over the top. Still 3-4 bike lanes. He had a great drive, Frank, over the top of 5, opening up a couple of bike lanes.
He is just as much rather an upstart in this class as his brother Cole is in the pro division. And Corey Canfield will be
Here we go. Race is on. Yeah, this is the Lightweight Sportbike division.
Race where you have 2 riders going at it right from lap number 1. 9 laps to go, Corey.
They were side by side, Frank.
Similar sound to the Kawasaki Ninja
They found the space through there, but coming out of turn 2, still Lachlan Alexander holding off Corey Canfield. Now through turn 3, 1 bike lane separates the 2. I'm interested to see what happens. If they maybe would have had a conversation about his entry into turn 4. It looked to be much better there, but Corey Canfield trying to find inside move, not close enough through the top of 5. That's drive break down the back straightaway. It's now Lachlan Alexander opens up about 4 or 5 bike lengths into turn 7.
Coming off 5, Alexander got a very good drive indeed, and I would suggest that his race speed
Here we go.
is 10 miles. Evaporated in less than a month down and there's a battle going up for 3rd as well at the same time. What a huge battle going on now. The inside looking for an inside move there on McCovey into turn. They're talking with this pit.
Yeah, the number 153 motorcycle is out of the race.
Lachlan Alexander passing Corey Canfield. Corey
back.
stepping out.
Go retirement.
Alexander.
Here we go.
Wow, that was
Yeah, the buttons are easily pressable on this camera.
Putting on quite the jump. Out of 2 up to 3.
Lachlan Alexander is improving his racecraft as we speak.
Yeah, Lachlan Alexander's doing pretty well.
Out there who has never been to one of Canada's most challenging, in fact, not one of Canada's most challenging racetrack. First time on the racetrack. Let's reflect back on the fact that Lachlan Alexander is learning his craft. He's picking up very quickly. Certainly, like waving a red flag in front of us, and almost certainly return the favor.
something really exciting is going on, man.
Two bike lanes separate the two riders. Now look at Corey Canfield. He was much tighter there through turn 4. Task for Corey.
Lachlan Alexander and Corey Canfield are having an intense battle for the lead.
After winning that race.
Yeah, and the other rider really seems, it really seems that the other rider wants to win that race.
Canfield crashed.
Oh no! Somebody crashed!
Yeah, it's Canfield.
Yeah, thanks.
Alexander, who is 17 seconds ahead of Sebastian Silva, Frank, in second. And it's Heartbreak Hotel for Corey Canfield as he pitched it away.
Fortunate for Corey Canfield.
Just short of the last lap of the race.
It seemed like
Frank, I was looking
won.
down into turn 11. It looked like he opened the line.
Here they come.
Half a second or so separating those two riders. Now on to the front straightaway to finish in 6th.
Yeah, you can see.
See the winner.
Hi, with that, Frank's heading down to the podiums. I'll pass my mic over to you, Frank, and bring home the victory lap for Lachlan.
And just like that,
Corey, because there may be some very interesting comments coming from the podium. I'll be back. Alexander now heading to get that checkered flag. Looks like it's from his brother.
here we go.
Cole Alexander. Yep.
Yeah, the Alexander
Checkered
Bros.
flag into his boot.
Yeah, the Alexander brothers have, once again,
Racecraft
dominated the lightweight sport bike
Lachlan
club.
Alexander continuously putting the pressure on Corey Canfield, not giving him any breathing room.
Crashed out.
Forcing Corey Canfield to push himself to the limits out there, and unfortunately coming to an end here in turn 11. Celebrate with
So yeah, the lightweight sport bike class gets an 8 out of 10.
Sebastian Silva and Matt Kobe.
Yeah, it's a shame that the local rider here,
Great to
Campbell,
see Matt Kobe.
crashed out. And
After
yeah,
the
that's
trouble
thanks to someone
he has had,
pointing that out for me, by the
weekend,
way.
What we thought was a chain going
Yeah,
off there in
'cause
turn 4 ended up being some
I would've
internal components of the engine.
Missed
Had to
that
fix it
to the
overnight.
viewing area. But here's the winning rider.
Now all that
The
hard
checkered
work
flag.
in the pit crew staying off with that third place
So, yeah.
position. One of his pit crews there, Mark Wilson.
This is actually the Twins Cup. This is the last of the amateur
That
divisions.
local rider here.
So stay tuned for the Twins Cup.
Big contributor to the track. He's one of the reasons why we...
Here's another post-correction update. Yep, it's not Campbell, it's Campfeld, like Feld Entertainment. And it's ironic that he crashed out on the corner that's literally named after his family. Isn't that ironic? But it wouldn't be the first time. So yeah, very ironic. But anyways, here's some bonus content. Here was what I got at the Superbike race. I got some posters, and the only one I didn't get signed was the Ben Young one, which is a shame, considering that he wasn't there when I got the poster, but oh well. However, I did get the other signature from the other Honda rider, David McKay. And interesting to know is that Ben Young is also part Scottish. Yeah, there's David's signature. But the one I want to bring up is the poster from Jordan Zook himself. The Canadian Superbike Championship legend. Yeah, this is the cream of the crop to me. Yeah, it's got a mark there, but it's still worth it for the signature. Yeah, and I got to see him, believe it or not. Crazy, isn't it? That Jordan Soak would be the one that appeared and would be a legend. In fact, he was riding along with Brett McCormick. Brett McCormick used to be a Canadian Superbike rider until he went over to MotoGP and had a career-ending injury. So yeah, he went up the Superbike ladder. He's one of the few Canadian riders to do that, by the way. You never hear of any Canadian rider going up the motorcycle racing ladder. And I also got a Golf Race Fuel sticker. Now, take a guess where I will put the sticker. Yep, I decided to put it on my PS5. Because the surface area is just good enough for it. But anyways, let's take our time to pay tribute to another NASCAR legend that we lost, Ned Jarrett. Ned Jarrett was known for leading a lot of laps in Darlington. He outpaced the field, but to us, he was also known for being the voice of NASCAR in the 90s. He was one of the most iconic voices in NASCAR. And hearing him during the NASCAR broadcasts was always great to watch. But now, we sadly lost him, although he had an excellent life. He was lucky to live until 93. Anyone who lives at the age of 93 is a lucky one. Rest in peace, Ned Jarrett, and may he rest well in heaven, because he will always be remembered for being the GOAT of NASCAR broadcasting and one of the greatest NASCAR drivers to ever live. So yeah, that is that. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.